to Let's Get It, where we attack today's local or national hottest sports topics. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, and let's get after it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Get It. I'm your host, Randy Dutkin, along with my co-host and producer, Jason Bryce, along with co-host Marcus Bullock, coming to you on a little bit of a rainy Sunday morning, but it's warm out there. Not too bad. It feels like that first little glimpse of spring this morning, even though we're going to get back into the cold weather a little later on this week. Got a good show ahead for you guys. It's going to be a little bit of the free conversation. I know that we've been having a lot of guests on, which has been fantastic the last few weeks. Shout out to all our guests who've joined us, but we're going to get into a little Sixers talk, get into a little bit of talk about some of the other issues going on around the NBA in general with sports. But as always, I like to check in with everyone. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, man. The season has unfortunately come to an end, which I'd like to get into a little bit later, you know. But so, you know, now it's just kind of reflecting on the season and really getting ready for AAU, and then, you know, making sure guys know what they need to do, you know, for next year and that kind of stuff. But, you know, all's good. It was a good run, good team, you know. I think we got as much as we could out of them, so that's always a good thing.
So you guys ended the season. What was the final record? Did you exceed expectations?
So
meet expectations?
We finished 17-11.
Okay.
We got a home game in the playoffs. We're the 7th seed. I would definitely say we exceeded our expectations. If, you know, coming out of our scrimmages at the beginning of the season, if you were going to tell me we were going to win 17 games, I would have taken it in 2 seconds. So, you know, I'm happy with what we did. I'm happy with our guys. Guys stepped up. Guys did things we didn't think they could do. So, you know, it's definitely a positive season.
All right. Sounds good. 17-11 and the number 7 seed. Sounds like the NCAA tournament.
Exactly. Yes.
You know.
Exactly.
Jay, how about yourself?
Congratulations to you, Coach,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, on that victory. Your first playoff game, you know what I'm saying, last week or whatever. So
I do want to get into that playoff game though and hear more about it. So,
yeah.
But Jay, how you doing?
It's been you know, let me tell you something. Life guarantees you a chance to just do it again every day. Mm-hmm. And I'll just say that because you know what, and you thank God for it. But it's been very emotional this week. We lost. Well, we won our playoff game Monday, but my son got injured, so he hurt his knee. So, you know, that's a little scary because he was on crutches, and they have some speculations, but you just don't know. So that waiting period, right? So for a while it was like, you know, and you gotta deal with the emotions, right? So of course he's visibly emotional and upset. Because it's like, you know, in his language and according to his mother, he said, I worked my ass off. And I'm thinking like, well, you know, I'll let him curse right now. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. You know, I'll let him get away with it. You know, that's okay. And he worked his ass off to get back. And then to have a setback, you know. And the funny thing about it is I was just listening to something earlier that day and was talking about there's 2 types of people. And those type of people that are just concrete, they struggle often when turbulence comes, and turbulence is bound to come. So, but it comes to make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just that was kind of a little upsetting because, you know, pretty much this season was over. Even though they won and, you know, they were guaranteed to play Wednesday, he just couldn't play and he was on crutches and his brace, and it just, you know. Going to Rothman. I mean, shout out to Rothman, though. That's like the top of the line type of orthopedics and stuff like that. So shout out to them. And, you know, he's walking and stuff like that. So regardless of what it is, like I told him, you know, the method is always like this. Listen, if your heart breaks, then you strengthen your mind. You know what I'm saying? If something's hurting, if your knee hurts or your knee is afflicted right now, well, then there's other things that you can work on. Strengthen your upper body, work on your jump shot, work on your form, things that don't require you to necessarily use your knee. So either way, we're still getting better even through the affliction. But you know, it's easy for me as a 45-year-old man than a 16-year-old kid, but he's doing a good job of that. So we're just going through that. Cam lost her game, so that was emotional too, you know, but they they went out to we were out back at Shawnee, you know what I'm saying? And but she had like 14 rebounds. So, I told her, listen, just focus on one thing now. We'll work on the other stuff during this.
I was going to ask how she did because I know she was doing really well.
Rebounding.
Yeah.
Right. And do one thing well. Don't try to, do that well first and then add to your plate. So, but other than that, it's been okay. Just every day late at work today, this week, whether it's going to basketball game, shout out to Coach Damian Ware and the great job he's done with the Pennsgrove basketball team. They won their playoff game. That was exciting to announce, get behind the desk a little bit and announce that they beat Pittman. They got a dude, I think he's
Crispin.
I went down the wrong pipe. If you didn't,
have no goggle, man. The Crispin dude, like he's tough though. He's all right. I mean, he picks up a lot of shots though, but he's tough though. You could tell he has something with him. You know what I mean? But then ultimately they lost to Coach Quarles, or is it Quarles or Quarles?
Yes.
Quarles. Yeah. So shout out to him too on a great season he had. I heard they just lost to Gloucester.
They did.
But that game Thursday, Pennsgrove versus Paulsboro, great game. Even though the first half was like, we were right there, but then you knew they was coming. Paulsboro has a lot of firepower. Yeah. You knew they were going to come out with the firepower, and our boys just. We couldn't handle that initial hit. You know what I'm saying? When you can't handle the hit and respond back, you're just in trouble. Shout out to their fans, too. Have you ever been to that Paulsboro gym when it's packed like that?
I have not.
Oh, my God. You better make sure you sit on the right side, at the right, in the right place, because I was sitting at a spot, and this dude, he was like, so Gummy and them, they had him like trapped, so he would step through, put the ball down, dribble, and go. They kept calling a walk. I'm like, that's not a walk. Like, you could step through, dribble, whatever. Guy behind me, that's a walk, that's a walk. Oh, you don't know basketball. I'm like, So now he's starting to talk shit, right? He talking shit.
Jade is not.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm saying to myself, you know what? I need to change my seat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already in a Paulsboro crowd where I was sitting, cheering for the dude. So I said, let me change my seat and go to the other side because I just don't want no problems, man. I'm too old for problems.
Were you rocking the Pennsgrove gear?
I think that might have been the one day that I decided I was going to dress up, so to speak, and have like a sweater and some khakis.
Oh, okay.
But most of the time I'm wearing my Pennsgrove. I got like 8 fucking Pennsgrove hoodies, so I don't never gotta just wear my hoodies, yo. But shout out to them, shout out to the coaches, shout out to even Coach Quarles and the great job he did and whatever, because he had his team coming back to fight. That
you know
kid,
what I really think? You know what I think it is this year? I think it's the Let's Get It impact, because I think every coach that we had on had a very successful season.
But you know what? But see, I don't know, because then I feel bad. Shout out to him too. Is it Rosser or Rosser, right?
Rosser.
They lost early.
They lost earlier than expected, yeah.
Unexpected. I mean, I was shocked when I said Overbrook lost. Because I really feel like Overbrook was like the complete team.
But I'll give they lost to a team that we don't know. So they lost.
Is that what? Okay,
they lost to Manchester Township.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a team that we don't know. Like, who knows what they, if that was an upset, so to say, or if that team was just better,
just
than
really good. Now I know too that they have 0 seniors, so they're going to come back next year.
They're tough.
They're going to be loaded next year. Yeah,
they're tough. That Hornsby kid is tough.
Yeah,
and he's got the perfect complement around him.
I agree. Yep, I agree.
With that dude Devin Johnson, but it's the other lanky dude.
I know who. I don't know his name. I know who you're talking.
I know he's number 13,
yep.
David something.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
David something. He's tough too.
Yeah.
He almost reminds me of I was saying his name forever at that tournament at your school, Coach Manny Joe Samuel.
Oh, from Paul VI?
Yeah. He's tough.
He's tough.
Oh, he's tough.
Yeah, I went to the Paul VI Camden Catholic game.
Okay.
That went to double overtime. And he was just, how you don't really see it much in high school, but in NBA games, when it's like late in the game, you're just playing, like you just give it to somebody and they're just playing one-on-one.
That's it.
That's what he was doing. He was just getting buckets.
Yeah.
Buckets.
As a 9th grader.
As a freshman. Wow.
As a 9th grader.
Yeah.
He's tough, yo. But yeah, but they played twice though.
Who's that?
Camden Catholic. Did they play 2 playoff games or 1?
They played 2.
But they lost though. They lost both, right? Or they won?
No. They beat Paul 6 in double overtime, and then they lost to Red Bank Catholic.
Oh. Wait a minute. So Camden Catholic beat Paul 6?
Yeah, in double overtime.
By 1?
By 1.
Oh, I read that wrong then. Oh.
No, you know what? They put it up wrong. I saw the same thing you saw.
Okay, all right. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Why did they play
No. Yeah. They put it up wrong on the.
Because on the comment, it was like they won.
They had Paul 6 winning. Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
the Catholic won.
Camden Catholic actually did win.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw that too. Now you said it.
So, but listen, it was an exciting week. So, it's I guess, what is it coming up now? The final?
All the finals are so.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's just, there's nothing more. Listen, high school basketball is very exciting come playoff time.
Oh yeah.
Because even though you think you might get blown out, Easton lost to the East by 1. You couldn't tell us that we wasn't going,
Right.
The odds were that we were going to get blown out, though.
Right.
The odds, the first time blowout, second time, not blowout, but semi-blowout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Well, look at Shawnee and Cherokee. And, Shawnee 2 weeks ago beat Cherokee by 50-something.
right.
And then turn around the next week and beat them by 2. So, like that, it's just crazy how.
It's a different level of pressure, though. I will admit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I watched the game last night, and that's what made me think, because I guess that Cherry Hill and Eastern game, I guess it was sort of packed.
It looked packed.
But it wasn't like capacity packed.
Well, they had both sides open, correct?
They did.
That's probably why.
But you know what game I watched yesterday? It's a Delaware game. Salesianum versus Dover. That shit was packed.
But that gym's not as big.
That's fair. Okay. I don't know.
East has the biggest gym around.
Yeah.
Really?
So to pack that, you're like that. That's
okay.
the biggest.
That's the biggest gym.
Around here, Atlantic City might be bigger, things like that.
Okay. But in this area, this is okay.
So when that's packed, that means you got.
Yeah.
Because like tomorrow, that will be
Packed.
Because
it's East versus Lenape.
Lenape finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What time is that game?
4.
That might be a good game.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, that might be all right. I know I told my son, what's the pen? I said, no, but I'm like, you know what? That actually probably gonna be a good game. And I probably would root for. I don't even know who I would root for because I know people on both teams.
Right.
But anyway, it's been a good week though. I know I was long-winded though, but it's been a decent week, man. But we, it starts out like this, but it was good. We had some good. I'm still rambling, right? So,
well, we said this was just going to be
it's free talk,
just
right?
free talk.
So, shout out to I will give another shout out to my son. He won the Devin Still Strong Award.
Oh wow!
Devin Still is a I guess he was a football player.
So I think he was with the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken.
Bengals, yeah. Bengals, and so he won that award, and he's going to be honored April 1st.
Yeah,
so yeah, let's clap him up. Okay, all right.
All right, that's fantastic stuff.
You can't listen. See, Randy ain't let nobody get their flowers. You know what I'm saying? He can't get their flowers. He got to talk over it.
Listen, it's okay. You can still towards the end of the speech. You can still.
Oh, I said, hey, listen. I see my guys on here. I see Aloe's on here. Let's shout out Aloe, man. Aloe. He's on here. But yeah. So he won that award. And
so what does that all look like?
Well, you know what it is? His daughter, unfortunately, I guess that's why he quit playing football, because his daughter had stage 4 cancer. So he quit playing football and, to take care of her and do what he needed to do. And so they presented an award in her honor of anybody that showed any type of perseverance and pretty much perseverance and, overcoming the odds, and use it as a way to, kind of strengthen yourself. So this year's recipient is Jason. He's
awesome.
he's getting it's getting a lot of different, attention just because of, people are starting to understand the battle that he went through and then where he's at now. So, it's something to celebrate.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. So, like I said, that's what I said, the ebbs and flows, man. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get these results and everything comes out well, man. So, but that's it now. I'm good now.
Well, it's okay. I mean, you can keep going. You're a good storyteller.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
You know, so it's always, you never know where it's going to go. You know,
that's right.
Like, you know, so it's one of those like choose your own ending books.
This is what I say. I said, listen, but they be like, somebody be like, yeah, wait a minute, hold up. What are you talking about? I said, oh, see, you didn't have your sneakers on. You got to catch up.
Well, that is one thing you learn. You always have to be focused. You can't just be like half earing your stories because you'll be like, oh, see, I told you.
No.
See, you're not listening.
The sneakers
and
on.
then you'll change your tone of voice and you'll make you feel bad about not listening.
I'll change the topic midstream. That's what I said. Yeah, you have your sneakers on when you talk with me.
Oh, I've had this conversation. But it's like, you're not listening. And then you just chat. And you do it. But no, man, that's fantastic. They said that Jay's going to get that award. And, you know, we all know if he's persevered through a lot.
Yeah.
Through a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, the high school basketball this year was just so much fun.
It was.
I mean, and all the guests we had on. You know, I'm hyped with baseball season underway and getting that moving. We had our first practice Friday, and we had 19 guys out there.
It's good.
Nice.
With about 5 or 6 guys that just couldn't make it to practice that day. So we have 25 guys. And like I said, starting the season, like last year we had 7 guys, and it was like a struggle to get 9 guys out there. And just the impact, and you guys know, just the mentality of having all those guys out there, being able to run drills, be like what I had my 3 captains, you know, running a normal warm-up circle, having your 2 lines. Like, it just, you can already start.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
How did you pick your captains?
Yeah, right.
Oh. Well, they aren't the official. They're unofficial captains.
Okay.
They're the unofficial captains.
Okay.
So, and that's interesting. Now, these 3 guys that I look at as the captains are the guys who have been running their own practice in the off season.
Gotcha.
Have been making sure that the guys are there for the workouts, getting their paperwork in. You know, the guys that have just, and they've been there through like I said, through last year's tough struggles. Yeah. And like, I mean, I have guys, like I said, no matter what, there was these 3 guys that were always at practice, always at the games. There was not a day off. Right. So those couple guys are the guys I look towards. And like I said, it's just at the end of that practice Friday was, you know, you're like, you know, we're going to be okay. And like I was saying to the guys before, when we come, you know, like this year, if we have teams come in, and I said, you know, like use our home field advantage. We have 20 guys out there compared to last year when you have barely enough. It's just going to be a whole different mentality. So I'm excited about it.
You should be. You should be. You know, and I think and it's a testament to you. As long as you're out there and your other coaches out there, you guys always have a fighting chance, man. So good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Like, I mean, I was looking at, you know, we get the schedule, and you know, as a coach, you start looking at like, you know, what are your wins and losses, and you know, we open the season at home versus Leap, and I think that's going to be a big opportunity to start season on the right foot.
At home, you said?
Yes,
that'd be good.
That's cool.
So
good.
So yeah,
good stuff, man. You know, I mean, let us know when the games are, and you know, of course, weather permitting, of course. Because in April, I'm not going to.
No, you really got you really got to wait till about May to get out there.
Yeah, it's bad enough. And I'm not saying bad enough because I enjoy anything my kids do. I feel like I sacrificed my life so they could do different things. But when you deal with basketball, you do have to drive in the cold to get to the gym. And then, you know, but thank God you got the automatic start. You can start the car.
Thank God for the automatic start. And on the 9th day, God created.
For real. You got have a remote start?
I do not this one. No, I've had it before. I've had it before.
It's a game changer. It's almost like there's several things that changed the game for me. One thing I told you was the squatty potty. I tell you about that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Game changer. Right. This right here is the game changer. It's a game changer. Okay. But I don't look forward to I do look forward to softball when it's sunny. But there's still some 40-degree days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Absolutely.
It'd be biting out there, yo.
Oh, my God. Even if Friday.
You can't go. They moms just go sit in the car. She just can't take it.
I don't blame her.
But I can't leave them out there. You can't be in the car, especially at Lions Lake Field. You can't be in the because you can't see nothing.
No,
you're away.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
But it's funny, though, too, because, like, on Friday night, my guys come out, and I told them, I said, listen, long sleeves, long pants. I got dude out there in shorts. And I'm like, Louis, what are you doing? He's like, I'm all right, coach. I'm like, no, I understand that, but your body's not all right. You got to be warm. And then, of course, it's about 5:15. The sun starts going down, and he's like, oh, man, coach, it's cold out here. And I was like, yes, I told you. Yeah. I told you that.
And you know that's funny because that says the one that rides around in the wintertime with the sun down. I mean, with the windows down playing Luke Bryan.
Well, it's not all the way down. I mean, you know,
it's more on the crack.
You know, he will never forget that one. I know the morning you're speaking.
Never.
I would never. I know the morning you're speaking of. It was a very cold morning.
Very.
We could have kept meat in the car that day.
I said, "Damn, why you got these windows down?"
I remember we were. Oh man! But let's go back, Coach. You wanted to talk about your playoff game a little bit, so let's kind of get into that a little bit.
So let me. Okay. So we played St. Joe's Academy, and let me preface this by saying that they beat us. It was not a close game from the start. They were the better team, and everything I'm about to speak of has nothing to do with the outcome of this game.
Okay,
but for Randy, you're a high school coach. Jay, you've been around high school sports. You've been in the gyms. You understand exactly what should happen in a game. So there's just a bunch of things that were very scholastic, like that took place during this game that I was just, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. So the game started at 6. St. Joe's does not have a gym. So we played at, how do you say, Buena High School. Okay, which is fine, no problem. So we get there at 4:30. So we get there, and from 4:30 till whenever the time that the game was supposed to start, the music is playing and it's blasting. It's pretty loud, which is fine. But the issue I had with it was the N word, the B word, the F word, all this stuff is being in the music like it's okay. So that was the first problem I had. Then we get there, and one of the coaches comes up to us and tells us that they're doing their senior night. During the playoffs.
You don't do that.
During the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay. It's another problem. So I said, okay, we don't have a choice. You guys are doing it, like whatever. How's it going to go? When are you doing it? Blah, blah, blah. So the one coach says, I'm not sure. I really don't know. Just want to let you know that was happening. Cool. So we go in and we're getting ready. We have our talk. We come out. There's 20 minutes on the clock like we do every game. And we come out and we start our warm up. So I go to the head coach and I say, Coach, when are you doing senior night? Because sometimes they'll do it, halfway in between warm ups. Sometimes they do it at the end. So I said, what's the plan? He goes, it's going to be super quick. The clock's going to go down to 0. We'll go to our benches. We'll do a quick senior night thing. We're just going to announce each kid, come out, take a picture, and then back in, then we'll start the game. And he said if it goes too long, we'll put 5 minutes back on the clock and so we can warm up again. I said, cool, no problem. So we're warming up. I'm not even going to get into the ball situation, but we're warming up. 6 minutes left on the clock, the buzzer goes off. St. Joe starts walking to our bench. I'm like, oh, no, this must be something. They must be doing something else. He told me we're running all the way down, so we keep warming up. 30 seconds later, buzzer, like telling us, get off the court.
So it was one like that.
A warning symbol.
But then, the ones like when we get a little attitude, like,
Yes.
So I'm like,
what did they get?
So I go to the ref. I'm like, what's going on? And then the clock goes off and it goes to like 8 minutes to like start, beginning of the first quarter. So I'm like, what? So the ref's like, oh, no, they're stopping it now. So I'm like, all right, I guess they're going to give us our 5 minutes. Put it back, whatever. So we go up. And Coach Valori is big on respect.
Okay.
So whenever and I think this is our second team that did senior night when we played them. We did it at West Tech. And he does, a lot of teams go in the locker room. Some teams just sit on their benches. He has us stand across the foul line and kind of applaud when their seniors come out. We're applauding them just like everybody else, which is fine. So the only problem was it took them about 5 to 7 minutes to even start.
Oh, wow.
So we're standing on the foul line. They're sitting on their benches, relaxed. We're standing on the foul line like, what's going on? And then everybody's just kind of standing around. So then finally the announcer comes on and we do it's a Catholic school, so they do the prayer and then they do the national anthem, which was kind of strange. Then they do their senior night, which is fine, and it was not quick. He had about a 2-paragraph thing written out for each kid, and they had about 4 or 5 kids, which is fine. Like they deserve their time. That's fine. So then, as soon as he's done, the announcer's done their final senior. He goes, "All right, and starting lineups for," and I'm like, "Whoa! I thought we didn't finish warming up." So then the coach is like, "Oh, you need more time to warm up?" I'm like, "What?" So they put 5 minutes back on the clock. Now we go to warm up on where they were doing their senior night, and the whole court just smells like marijuana. Our kids are running around like, "What is that like?" Which, I mean, it's not, you can't control what other people do. Right. I get it. But like, anyway.
Yeah.
So, all that happens, whatever, we start. Now, game starts, they beat the brakes off of us, not taking anything away from them. But here's my main issue with this whole story. And I know I'm ranting here a lot.
No.
It's that. That's the name of the game.
So, like I said, they were beating us bad. So, start of the third quarter, there's about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. We're down by 30 points. Okay? 30.
Do they run the clock in? I'm serious.
No.
Okay, all right.
We're down by 30. And our message to our kids, listen, looks like this is going to be our last game. Give everything you have for the rest of this game. So we're playing our defense. We've played a 2-3 zone the entire season. That's how we play. So their coach decides to pull the ball out and hold the ball until we decide to go man-to-man and play.
Now, are they dribbling? Wait a minute, hold on, I'm sorry. Are they dribbling or they're actually standing at the, with like, holding it?
So what happened was, now, mind you, there's 7 minutes left. So for the first minute of the third quarter, we're playing.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, something happens, and he tells his kid, back up. So the kid dribbles out and just stands there. Just dribbling. And we're like, what are you doing? Like, we're not, like, it wasn't like it was the strategy thing. You're not up. It's not like a 5-point game, not a 10-point game. Like, you're up 30. And it's not like, it's not like you were up 40 and now we cut it to 30. It's just like right now we're trading baskets. Like, let's just play basketball. And he said, you guys are losing. You got to come play us.
Wow.
And I was just like, are you serious right now? Like, you're up 30.
Play the game.
Just play.
Yeah.
So, Coach Valori's not the most easygoing guy. So he told our kids, stay back. Let's see what happens. Like, there's no way that he's up 30 and just going to hold the ball. So for the next minute and a half to 2 minutes, they stood there and just dribbled the ball. Half court. So coach looked at me and said, what do you want to do? I said, man, this guy's crazy. Let's just go play. Like, let's not hurt our kids. Let's just play.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm just trying to, what do you say my word? Pondering. I'm quickly pondering this.
Yeah.
So did you come out the zone?
We didn't come out of the zone. We haven't played one possession of man-to-man all year.
Okay.
In order for us to pressure, we just sent somebody out to go guard him. So as soon as
so wait, hold on. So he was standing his ground?
Yes.
He just dribbled the ball.
He didn't boast.
But now listen to this. Here's what messed me up. So here's what happened.
Damn.
So we sent a kid out to half court to guard him.
Okay.
The kid picks up the ball, passes it to the other side of the court.
Don't tell me they just
okay.
They start the same process?
No, but then now they're gonna play. So all we had to do was send one kid up.
Yeah, see.
Nothing changed. We played 2-3 the rest of the game.
When you're up 30 points, though, that's disrespectful.
So it was just
very disrespectful.
When you're up 30 points, play the game, and it also is disrespectful to the kids themselves, like your guys.
Exactly.
Let your guys play.
Exactly.
Let them get the buckets.
We weren't. We were the kids. They were the better team. There's no doubt about it. There was no strategy to it. I understand if you're up 10 or if we're coming back and you don't want us because our zone's hurting you. I get it, but. So that's.
I even hate that.
I can't believe that happened, and it was. People just show their true colors at times, and you just gotta believe them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know what it reminds me of though? What there was something that happened, in a game where was it? You know what I'm talking about? Something happened in the game.
Yeah, you know
this
that
team
game
was
something
getting
happened,
blown
Marcus.
out. They were getting blown out or something. And the coach kind of, they got on the coach. Like they had suspended the coach or something like that because I think is it Connecticut? Something in Connecticut?
Oh, I think. Are you talking about where they just kept scoring? It was like they beat them by like 117 or something.
117 points.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that story. Now I know
So there's a way. Like I give you an example, right? And I'm gonna get to my little synopsis.
92-4. Yes.
92-4.
And because of course they were listening to us. As soon as I put it in the phone, it came up.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. You were right. Yeah. 92-4 blowout win.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my son, when they play,
No mercy.
when they play, they might play a team that's not equally as talented,
For
right?
sure.
So they get to, they up by maybe 25, 30. They still pressing, they're on the bench, laughing, this and that. And I'll look over and my son look at me and I'll go like this. And he'll be like, I'll be like,
Right.
and what he doesn't understand that now the night before or 2 nights before, so that on Thursday, you're feeling good because you're beating the brakes off Washington Township. But on Tuesday, you was getting your ass kicked by Leonard P.
Right.
And
Right.
it wasn't a good feeling.
Right.
So my thing is that you have to learn how to win with dignity
Yes.
and lose with dignity. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're doing that, you're up 30. And really, if you're up 30, you're coaching, but your coaching's on cruise control somewhat. Unless it drops to about 22, 20. You know what I'm saying?
You're not.
But you're on cruise control.
But you're not coaching that game. You're coaching
for the
you're
next
coaching
game.
your players.
Yes.
You're not coaching strategy. You're
Yes.
coaching the game. Yeah,
Right.
I'm with you.
So that's what I'm saying. You're kind of on cruise control. You're preparing for,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if you want to run your play or whatever, pull it out, run it again,
Yeah,
run the play.
right.
I can get all that.
Yeah.
But to hold the ball.
No.
Right.
And then did he say that, or that's what you're surmising that he said?
No. Everything was loud. Because Lori started getting loud. He was getting loud.
So he said
there was no. He said, "We're winning. They have to come out and guard us."
That's just terrible.
And the thing about it was, like I said before, like we were just playing. It wasn't a matter of like, all right, we're gonna come down and do X, Y, Z. No, when we got the ball, we came down and shot. Like it wasn't like we were trying to, like, let's play. Come on, let's go. It wasn't a matter of
it's equivalent to being up by 30 and still pressing.
Yes.
and I'll even say this, I don't even mind that. Like I don't do it, but I don't mind it if the other team's still competing.
Right.
Okay.
Meaning if we had put all our subs in and now you're still pressing, I have a problem with that. But if you want, if our best 5 are in, do whatever you want playing wise. But you're gonna. Why are you holding?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
we're just here to play basketball.
Yeah.
And if
that's
if
kind
you're
of
worried about somebody getting hurt, then just take them out. You got
put
13 kids over there.
Right. Put your JV
Put those
in.
other kids in,
Right.
and we'll just play. Like, so it was just, it was.
I feel like it's just such a little bit of showboating too.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot to it, and like I said, when people show you your true colors, you just gotta believe them, and
That's
and you go with it from there.
I mean, there's always doing it, man. You talk about it all the time. You know, when you get up to a certain point, you kind of, you still play the game.
Yeah.
You know.
See, you know what? In that situation, like, first of all, I think and when you're articulating that, you know what I'm saying, that we're up by 30, we're winning, they had to come play us. I don't get that. Like, what are you trying to determine? What are you trying to, like, I don't get it. That's the only thing. It's like, so it's not even like a strategy type of thing. Now I'm just saying, like, what is the intent?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you.
Because, like, what are you saying? Okay, well, they got to come out to play you. Yeah, I know. And that's a perfect strategy when you're up by maybe 3, 4,
Right, when it's a game.
10.
Yeah,
It's still a game. So I get it. You'll pull it out.
I agree.
Why are we rushing? We shouldn't be rushing.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Play the clock game.
100%.
But when you're up by 30, That means you're kind of having your way.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
you're having your way.
And
They
you
were
can
very much having
Yes.
their way. And here's the thing that I guess bothered me more about anything. If they would have come out in the second half and just, listen, we're not going to play them if they're playing zone. We're going to hold the ball here. Fine. But we played. And then all of a sudden, all right, no, we're done playing.
Yeah. See, and there's a few things I have a problem with. First of all, I've actually never heard of senior night before the damn game.
No, not in the playoffs.
I always think it should be at halftime. So, every senior night that I've been a part of, it's been at halftime.
Right.
So why, like,
in the regular season.
In the regular season,
Yeah.
maybe towards the end of your season, last game,
Usually the last home game
last
is what
home
you
game or whatever, or second to last,
Well,
whatever.
a lot of teams did it early in the season because of COVID. Nobody knew what was going to happen.
Sure,
they wanted
fair
to
enough,
honor
fair
their-
So was it at before the game or at halftime?
I've seen a lot of teams do it before the game.
Okay,
I've seen a lot of teams.
I think to me, I think it's
No,
best.
you usually get like the courtesy, hey, we're doing our senior night that night.
Everybody tells
Yeah,
you.
because-
They tell you before you get
They
there.
tell you,
Yeah, right,
hey,
right.
coach, we're doing
It's
senior
senior
night.
night, right.
Do your pregame preparation and,
But that's why it's done during halftime, because it's like, okay, you just extend the half a little bit,
Yeah.
and your players are not like they're impacted, but they're
They're not.
minimally
Yeah, that makes
impacted.
sense. That makes
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now before you start a game, and then you warm it up, and then you got to say the celebration, and you know what I'm saying. So I just think it's poor planning. It just sounds like it's just poor planning. It's not like it was a last minute thing. They threw it together, and you can maybe and just trying to I'm just trying to understand it. Because, I guess if you don't have your own gym, I don't know. I don't know. But one thing I will never understand is somebody saying they have to come play us if we're up 30.
Right.
That I don't get.
No, like they're playing you. You know you're better. Especially when they know they're a better team.
Yeah,
they know they're going to win.
The better team.
Like you could have, you could have traded buckets. No matter what, they're going to win because they were the better team.
The better team.
Yeah.
And if it's 7, you say how many minutes left in the third?
7.
So right. So that means the third just really much started. Too much. Okay. So that means it was already kind of over. No, it's not disrespect.
No, no. Listen, at halftime, our thing was like we knew what it was. The game was over early. Like, we knew what it wasn't like. It wasn't like, all right, here's how we're gonna come back. No, it was like, fellas, we got 16 minutes left for your season.
Go out and ball out.
Play as hard as you can.
Okay.
Like we were at no point where we were like, here's how we're gonna win this game. No.
Okay.
Like we were very real, and our kids were very realistic.
I just enjoy the second half.
You know
for
what I mean?
It is.
Play hard. Let's go out as hard as we can. Like that was our message.
Right.
And then for him, whatever.
Yeah,
It was just.
Well, I just think that's poor. To me, I just think it's poor. It's to me. I just don't know. I just don't understand the mentality behind it. But it kind of reminds me, to be honest with you, it reminds me of the Juwan Howard thing. A little bit.
Yeah,
it has some similarities a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Juwan was wrong. And I'm gonna tell you what Juwan was wrong about. Juwan was wrong for losing his cool and taking it over the line.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he was also wrong for not even just acknowledging, hey, listen, you know what? I was wrong with what I did, right? But the dude calling the timeout, because you get in a 10-second call.
Right.
There's only 10 seconds or 15 seconds left in the game.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think even more than that, like, and I guess my thing is when coaching is you can coach your team. Like I shouldn't be involved with how you're coaching your team.
Right.
So even I agree. I wouldn't have called that timeout, but if that's your team, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
But now when I say something to you, and what did Juwan say to him? I'll remember that.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Like don't touch me.
Right,
Don't
don't grab me. Right.
You just gotta
Keep it moving.
Remember it, and we're just gonna keep going.
Keep it moving. Right.
So I mean, I think they're both. I think Juwan is at fault for
The aggression
the aggression of it, but I think it would never have happened if the
Coach.
just kept going.
just kept going and kept it moving. No, you're right. You're right.
No, I mean, like I said, it's because I like Michigan.
Sure.
I always have. So I mean, and Juwan, I mean, he's frustrated.
Mhm.
He's not having the success he's hoping there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's still no excuse for it.
Well, I know. I know. I know.
You know.
Yeah. I know you. I mean, I'm not. So I know you clearly think he's in the wrong. I know that, right?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like I'll support what he does as a Michigan fan. But I think that move you to put the hands on.
Yeah. Well, I know you. I mean, listen. I think you're wrong. I mean, this is my honest opinion.
Okay.
All right, so you know the dude ain't want no smoke. Now that you knew.
Oh no, not at all.
Right. So that's why I say that Juwan is just wrong for the aggression of it. He didn't want no smoke. So even if he was like this, he wasn't doing it like he wanted smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
fair enough.
he was doing it. It might be a habit or whatever, but he definitely wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna show him. He wasn't trying to even.
I think he was more like, hey, listen.
Right.
Well,
not like he wanted smoke.
No.
Yo. So when Juwan is like, yo, you know what I mean, and I get it, like, yo, when you're fired up, like, you don't fucking touch me, man.
And he was
You know what I'm
looking. He
saying?
was looking for a reason.
Looking for a reason. So I'm just saying that's where I say Juwan is wrong.
And even still to that, Juwan didn't hit the coach that grabbed him.
He hit the other dude.
Who kept coming. And that dude was, he just kept coming and coming. Like it was.
But he must have been saying something.
I'm sure
He must have been saying something.
Everybody's wrong. And I go back to John Chaney, who I think handled it better than anybody ever when he had a problem with Calipari. He waited till, and I think this is the biggest issue, is you can't let I use kids loosely, the players get involved.
Sure.
So, I remember when Chaney, he went into Calipari's press game conference. And
choice words.
and said, he said, I'll kill you.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's just man to man, as opposed to, letting now the kids the players are fighting.
Yeah.
Like that's what you can't.
Now it's like out of control.
No, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of college coaches, though, Coach K, on his coach's last home game.
Did he get spanked? Did
They did, and I'm glad they lost.
Yeah, they got beat.
They did. They did. And it's funny because I kind of felt like they would. Everyone's hyping it up.
That's a tough game to win.
Yeah, I mean, that's
tough game.
Duke's not very good, or
no, they're four in the country.
Yeah,
but the hype
Yeah.
was just so much around what former players are going to be there. This is his last game, and everybody's there.
The only NBA player there was Grayson Allen.
Right?
Really?
I can't stand Grayson Allen.
That's the only one. That's the only one that was there.
It's the only one they said that was there. What was your thought on Coach K overall as a coach?
I'm not a Coach K fan.
Okay.
But you know what I like about Coach K, and I'll even say I tried to take some from Coach K. Until these last few years, you never saw him get emotional in games.
Sure.
But they said he was a lunatic in practice.
Oh, wow.
So just having your team so prepared that in games you don't have to go, be that emotional. Right. You can just coach the game calmly because you've already done that work in practice.
Right.
So I really, that's what I've tried to kind of take more from him is practices or just have to be a different level so that the game's whatever. But I mean, he had an unbelievable career. Mm-hmm. I'll always remember him not for this, but the year that he took off because he had back problems or whatever. It just so happened that it was a year that they were terrible. That kind of stuff bothers me.
Okay.
But he's a great coach.
Yeah,
he had to be.
I feel like with everyone, you're either a Duke fan or you don't like Duke.
For sure.
There's no middle ground.
I was a fan for a while, and then it's like that with anything with me. Once you become so successful, I'm an underdog type of guy. So, most people, a lot of people, and I'm sure people my age and older, I'm not even sure Coach, we're close. Do you remember when Duke was like underdog? The underdog status.
My first Duke teams that I really remember are like who was Hurley? Who was first, Wojo or Hurley?
Hurley.
Okay, so that Hurley, Leitner,
so
that's kind of like my first.
Right. So
I really remember Duke.
Right. So my first entrance into Duke was Tommy Amica, Johnny Dawkins, Danny Ferry.
Yeah.
And they were underdogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to like North Carolina or whatever, they were coming up. And I didn't know that Coach K started in like 80, 81. And this was 86, 85 era. So that's why they actually said it on ESPN, like the greatest talented person that ever went through Duke was Grant Hill, they say. But the one that really resurrected the program, they say, is Johnny Dawkins. And he is the one because, without Dawkins, Dawkins was phenomenal. And they lost it to Purvis Ellison at final. You know what I'm saying? But from then I was a Duke fan. And I'm thinking Mark Allegra, something he was tough too. But I always was a Duke fan. And even when Hurley, his first year or so, whatever, I was still them. It was when they just got better. Yeah. And, I started liking other people.
And they acted like they were better.
Better, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just started liking other people, other teams, you know what I'm saying? But initially, I did. You know what I'm saying? I did like Duke. But, listen, they all recruit. Kyrie was one and done. One of the teams I did like when Duke had was this dude named Trajan Langdon.
Trajan Langdon, yeah.
Trajan Langdon was nasty. Yes. Nasty. But other teams that Duke had, they were good.
Yeah, the Jason Williams team.
Who's your favorite Duke player? Okay. Forget the Johnny Dawkins. Forget that. Mm-hmm. Go after that. So start with that Hurley team forward. Who's your favorite Duke player?
I really like Bobby Hurley. I told you why, right?
Yeah.
Just because of when I first saw him as a kid, right? Everybody heard Randy breathe.
No, I'm just.
No, I'm joking.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think over the years.
I don't know the answer to this question.
That's what I mean. You try to say because I don't want to miss a go on. Go ahead, Jay.
I really did like Trajan Langdon.
Yeah, Trajan Langdon was fun.
Trajan Langdon too.
I really did.
I haven't. I'm like you. I haven't liked Duke's teams.
I just haven't.
And the guys haven't had a lot of success in the NBA.
You're gonna hate this answer, but
don't you dare say Boozer.
No,
and don't say Okafor.
Nope.
He's gonna say. I guess I could. It would be okay now, but college-wise, JJ.
Because you hated him, but he was a killer out there. He was fun to watch, though.
I hated Redick too.
I didn't like Redick till he came to the Sixers.
But I'm just saying, when he was in college, he had no regard. He was a killer, and he was fun to watch.
You know who I think for me it is? I think it's, and this is a weird answer. I think it's Corey Maggette. And you know why? Because
I forgot about him.
He was like anti-Duke player. He wasn't that Duke guy. He had the tattoos.
Sure.
He was one and done.
Right.
He was just not the typical Duke guy. And I think that's why, because I didn't like those Duke teams. So I think that's why.
Wow. That's right. I forgot JJ because I remember JJ Redick. I couldn't stand him because that was the year that Del State was good. And they won, and they played Delaware State in the first round.
Got it.
And we were there that first half, but that second half, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Ooh, but I always a good one.
Huh?
I just brought up the roster. Chris Duhon. He was nice when he was there.
Just trash.
But I'm not saying I liked it. I'm just saying guys that I respected what they did.
Duhon was doo-doo. You know what I'm saying?
Like Dunleavy.
I didn't like Dunleavy.
I didn't like him either.
Because I like that Maryland team with Juan Dixon.
Oh, yeah.
Sure
that was the team that played those guys.
Steve Blake.
Yeah. Steve Blake, yeah.
Cherokee Parks.
Garbage. Another one.
Cherokee Parks.
Yep.
I hated Cherokee Parks.
They big men. So big men really suffered at Duke.
Yeah.
Who was like a nasty, tough big man that Mike Jaminski, y'all probably don't remember him.
I remember Mike Jaminski.
But he played with the Sixers, you know what I'm saying? He was tough.
Would you consider Sheldon Williams a big man? He was more of a powerful.
He was a center in college.
Boozer.
Boozer's trash.
Elton Brand.
Okay. So Elton Brand's probably their best big man.
Yeah.
Between him and Jaminski, I would think, right? Because who else? Nobody else. Oh, Leitner? Was Leitner a center? Or?
Leitner, yeah.
Ala Abdunabi.
But it's funny, not Duke guys haven't had a ton of success in the league.
No, Hansborough was the.
No, that's North Carolina.
No, that's North Carolina. Excuse me. Why did they come up all-time Duke centers?
And that was Crazy T.
Yeah, Psycho T.
Psycho T. That's what it is.
Eric Montross.
That's Carolina.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just reading off all these guys.
Oh,
why did this come up that way?
I don't know, but.
I put in all-time Duke centers, and you got 5 out of 6 of the North Carolina players.
Okafor was, I think, Cherokee Parks might have been the worst.
Cherokee Park was awful.
He was terrible.
But didn't he get drafted?
Yeah, he got
was in the
drafted.
league.
Yeah, he was in the league, but he was horrible.
He was
though.
7 feet tall.
Right, he was horrible, son. You know what I mean? But listen, shout out to Coach K, man. Like, he had a great career. From where Duke, because Duke was not like North Carolina been North Carolina for years. You know what I'm saying? Tough. But Duke was not there. Duke didn't get their rise until really that Hurley team is what put them on the map.
Yeah. And he also resurrected USA basketball.
Yes, he did. So, you know what I mean? Like, he deserves he's a good coach.
Yeah, there's
what
no
I'm
doubt.
saying? There's no doubt about it. And there's no scandal with him. Right?
He always got off, like,
I feel like there's some things that got swept under the rug.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
like he always got, when the one and done thing started, he was doing it, but everybody was just focused on Calipari, and Calipari's a cheer. Like, he had a team. I mean, his team, when they won with Okafor's team won, right?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
They did? Okay.
Yeah, that team. I mean, that team was loaded with one and done guys, and nobody ever, like Justice Winslow, all those guys. Like, nobody ever we just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure those guys were compensated nicely. Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Who?
Shane Battier.
Shane was tough.
Shane was tough. That was the player I couldn't. That's what I was like. I'm like, I know I'm missing somebody.
I like Shane Battier. He was tough.
I'm missing somebody. Yeah.
And Seth Curry went to Duke, right?
Seth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seth is tough. Yeah.
What did you guys always think? I mean, he was a great college player, but like ever since his career, he had unfortunate Jason Williams. He's always the guard. Like he's always Mr. Controversial.
So I read his book.
Okay.
And I didn't like him at Duke. He's a Jersey guy.
Is he?
Yeah, St. Joe's Metuchen.
Okay. I didn't know that. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I knew of him in high school, and but reading his book, like it seems like he was, super arrogant. Nothing can stop me. I'm untouchable. I can do whatever I want. To now being humbled and who he is, and now it seems I feel like now he's not like, I don't want to say Skip Bayless because that's too far, but I feel like he does things just to stay relevant.
And I feel like he kind of like you said, he was very cocky and arrogant. Then obviously the injury humbled him. Yep. And now I feel like he's going backwards towards the arrogant guy. And and like you said, he's always like an envelope pusher there. Yeah. I mean, it's part of his thing.
I don't have necessarily a problem with his. I don't remember him. I never liked him. I didn't like him in college though. And maybe because I thought he might have been arrogant or something like that. But then he had that unfortunate. He was a motorcycle accident. But I don't know, man. Actually, I think he's pretty good though as a commentator.
I do too. I think I like him. I just think he's like,
he brings up interesting points.
Right.
And I put like this: if I had to choose between him and Perk, I'd probably go with him. No, I'm just saying. I mean, I just think, and we talk about this perspective, right? So, they're all intelligent.
They are. Perk's actually really good. I like Perk.
Perk's. He there's no gimmick. There's no gimmicky with Jason Williams.
Right.
It is what you get.
Right.
Perk, it's a little gimmick. It's a little gimmicky, which is fine though, because that's you're a brand, you're a voice. So like Stephen A. Smith, there's a gimmick with him. This is blasphemy. This and that. Then you got to do Swagoo, and then, what I'm saying? Now, I forget what Perkins' name is, but his Big Perk, something like that. But, what I'm saying? Like, they have gimmicks or whatever. So I'm not saying that's not, but Williams is just kind of straightforward. It's just what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, he's like, who is Stephen A. Kellerman? He's like Max Kellerman.
Oh, Max Kellerman.
He's kind of like that.
I like them two together. I like Stephen A. and Max. I really did.
I did. I liked him and Skip.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean,
I don't like him with this whole little makeshift roster.
Right. No,
I think it's very gimmicky now.
I agree. I feel like right now it's like Stephen A. It's like LeBron and the Lakers.
Right. just trying to piecemeal it.
Piece it together.
Yeah, and it's like they didn't bring nobody in to challenge. It's almost like Stephen A. didn't want to be challenged no more. Because Skip used to kick his ass sometimes.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes you'll see Perkins get in there and challenge him.
A little bit. I mean, Yeah, Rose are challenging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Williams is okay.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Molly will get on him.
Who?
What's her name? What's her name?
Oh, I love Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Molly.
Yeah. She'll get on.
She's not Molly Kieran Rose no more. She's just Molly
not.
Kieran.
Oh,
It's
okay.
true.
Yeah, I love her. She's cool.
She gets on him.
She's all right.
Speaking of LeBron, though, it was interesting because they beat the Warriors last night.
50-something points.
That was a much needed win for them. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I did because I believe that they can. I believe they're good. I don't believe that they're going to be trash.
What was
They're
just
going to be okay.
what was the other,
I think they're going to be okay, yo.
What makes you think that?
yeah, that's my question.
I never sleep on a LeBron team.
But the thing is, though, in the long term, like one game at home in a season like this, I could see him beating the Warriors with the 56 points. But as far as being a contender, I don't see that.
When they beat them, it's funny because they were winning, and I didn't see Westbrook on the floor. Then I fell asleep a little bit, so I don't know. But did he play?
I didn't watch that game.
Oh, okay. All right. So I don't even know if he had meaningful minutes.
I'll let you know.
But what makes you think that they're going to be fine? What makes you think that they can?
But they're veterans, and I think they figure it out. The game slows down. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs are more strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Westbrook got 32 minutes, so
yeah, but
I don't know when those 32 were.
it don't sound like he played in the fourth, though. But I mean, I don't know. I just think that I'm not sure who the issue is. Is it with Vogel or what is it? What is it?
I think their team's not very good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
The players, like, I don't think they because that's what I mean. I don't think this is a LeBron team, meaning like
It's not a LeBron-like team.
he doesn't have the pieces around him.
That's fair.
That's what I mean. Like, who's gonna make tough shots? Who's gonna make late game shots for them that
they don't. I'm just looking at the roster. Like,
that's what I mean. Like, that's what. And I listen. I think the playoffs are much better when LeBron's in them.
Mm-hmm.
I think when LeBron's relevant, I think the NBA is much better. So I want them. I want to see it. Even if they get there and fail, I think it's still better.
Right.
So I mean,
you look at even like the roster: Stanley Johnson, Westbrook, Malik Monk, Reeves, Carmelo Anthony, Avery Bradley, Horton Tucker, DJ Augustine. You're right. There's no one on that roster.
Who's your best five to finish games?
Well, the last five here that looked like were Stanley Johnson, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk, and Austin Reeves.
Like, no, if you put AD in there because he's hurt right now.
Yeah, and then I think Carmelo on the floor at the end is probably your best bet. Because
he can't guard anybody.
Can't guard nobody.
I just think because of his ability to still hit a big shot.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
and I think that's what it comes down to is throughout the games, they don't have guys that can get stops.
Yeah. Like, defensively.
Yeah.
No, LeBron is their defender.
Yeah, like that's what I think's that's what's gonna hurt them. Is my fault.
Okay.
They just don't have.
I mean, do you think he's going though? Do you think he's done?
LeBron?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I mean, after this year, you think he goes to somebody else?
No, he's gonna wait.
He stays there. He stays there, right?
He's gonna wait, and then he wants Bronny to get drafted into the league.
I think this offseason with the Lakers is going to be one of the best soap operas we've ever seen.
Because I don't think Russ is back.
He can't be back.
Yeah.
I don't think Russ is back. I don't think Rob Pelinka's back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's going to be some movement. But I do think that they make a run.
The problem with where they are
make a
now
run.
is their run is going to have them playing Phoenix, Golden State.
That's if they get through the play
in the first round, which is
I think they have a chance.
Mm.
They beat the Warriors.
They did, but I mean,
Warriors aren't the Warriors right now.
no.
I mean,
And that's one game.
But I mean, that's also like people are worried. People are, the Sixers lost last night. Like I don't care about that loss last
I care about it.
night. Yeah,
Okay, that's concerning.
yeah. Without James Harden, I'm not that concerned.
Really?
Yeah, to me, and it was actually they were talking about it, and I know we'll go back to we're actually switching topics. Let's finish up the Lakers talk, then we'll go to the Sixers talk.
Well, I mean, the Lakers. I mean, shit. I want. Listen, I believe that they can make a run.
What does that mean?
I believe that they can make a run and get hot towards the end of the season, which is.
But they're
coming
not.
now.
Their ceiling is maybe a first round No, there is getting through the play-in right now.
Can they win around the playoffs?
Yes.
Not against the matchup they're going to have.
Yes, they can.
They can't beat the Warriors. They can't beat the Suns.
What is your level of confidence in what you just said?
I just think that, older guys, they'll find a way to get it done. I mean, if I look at those past older teams, even when the Lakers, remember that?
I think we're doing the same thing right now.
That's the Lakers. Remember the Lakers was at 04, the 04 Lakers. They struggled and they got hot.
So can they beat Phoenix?
Yeah, I think so.
No. Can they beat Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
Golden State? I mean, you're sticking to your argument, though. But
I'm not saying they'll win. I'm just saying, do they have a chance to win? Of course. Well, now,
yeah, everybody has a chance.
No. Everybody doesn't have it. I mean, I guess so to speak, yes, right. But like, do they have an opportunity? Not. It's more than just me saying, oh, what. Everybody has an opportunity.
No, they have LeBron. They can. You have a chance.
If you have LeBron, you have a chance.
You got a chance.
Agree.
But they have. I think they have a better chance to not make the playoffs than they do to win a first round series.
I don't know. I mean, so right now, if the playoffs stopped, well, it started now, right? They'd have the play-in game, right?
They'd have the Clippers in the first.
They can win that.
They can win it, yes.
Okay.
They can also lose it.
They can lose it too, right? But then they'll have a series versus who?
Well, no, then they'll have to beat. Then they'll have to beat
Another play-in?
Yes, because they're the nines. They're the nines.
Yeah.
They got to win 2 to get in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just think they can.
And then they have a series with the Suns, who they're not beating.
No. And Memphis right now is playing some great ball.
I don't know. You know what? I often say this, and I'll
even
say
a series
it to you right now.
Go ahead.
Life is full of David's beating Goliaths. And you know what? Everybody said that LeBron couldn't beat the Warriors, and he did. So I'm just saying, I don't sleep on LeBron teams. You give LeBron a sliver, all you got to do is give me a crack, and I can get through the door.
But here's the problem I have with LeBron's team right now. Nobody's scared of them. And I think that's what, for a while, I think that's what LeBron had going for him was, one, he had dogs with him, hungry dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Not guys that are just like, oh, I'm here, I'm ring chasing.
Right.
I'm just gonna ride LeBron's coattails
and see
to try to get a ring. He had young guys around him who were hungry,
right?
Who wanted it.
Yeah.
And LeBron was able to do what he did last night consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Where now, I think after last season and throughout this whole season, the Suns, the Grizzlies, even like the Grizzlies, I definitely think the Warriors, they're not scared of them at all.
Well, I think that, I tell somebody, I said, listen, for the most part, I'm on cruise control. That's how I live my life. I'm on cruise control. Until you make me think.
Okay.
Now, when you make me think, you're done. Because now you're playing my game, right? So my thing is that LeBron, if you just get him to the playoffs, I think that the game slows down. Those young, you see guys who were just beautiful during the regular season, they come down to size. They have to play somebody and beat them in 7 games. You could strategize a little bit. You could do. It's just your chances are better beating them in a 7-game series as opposed to you might be seeing them on the back-to-back or something like that.
I agree with that. I think the flaw in this is where I think the regular season is going to hurt the Lakers with that mindset is now where it's the playoff times. Now this is our time. So now we're playing a Phoenix team who, like you said, those young guys come down to earth. That's not Phoenix. They're not young guys that are coming back down to earth.
No.
Golden State's the same way. Now, Memphis, maybe. Like Memphis is a team that hasn't been there, hasn't done it yet. But like those other teams, even a Utah, I would be like, I don't know if they can beat them.
Even Dallas, if they're playing well.
So like that's what I think. Like that's where I think the regular season coming in a 7th or an 8th place is going to hurt them. Is because now you're playing teams that aren't the young team that's been riding high all year, playing hard. You're playing Golden State, who you talk about cruise control. Golden State's in cruise control right now, big time.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what hurts the Lakers. They need a better seed.
Well, like I said, like my buddy Phil just commented, he said the stars would have to align perfect for the Lakers to make a run.
Mm-hmm. And like my comment.
Oh, I didn't see that. Go ahead.
Can you see them aligning as we speak? I'm just saying, man. Listen. You couldn't tell me that you thought that game yesterday was going to be a blowout.
For who?
For the Warriors. The Warriors are going to blow the Lakers out.
No. I thought it was going to be a tough game, but I thought
you thought it was going to be a tough game? You didn't think it was going to be. You really thought it was going to be a tough game?
I thought the Warriors were going to win, but I didn't think they would go in and blow them out. Because especially where LeBron's at right now and how much the Lakers were struggling, I thought they would give him a game, but I still thought the Warriors would come in and win. So I was surprised when they win.
I'll be honest with you. I initially thought like, here you go, another L. And I was like, yo, when is LeBron? That's what I was saying to myself. When are they going to flip the switch?
But LeBron, but like Marcus had commented, LeBron could do what he did last night more consistently. I'm not saying he still can't do it, but like he can't go in and carry a team right now drag him through 3 playoff series. I think he could drag him through, a play-in victory, 2 play-in victories, but maybe steal a game against a team like the Suns. But he cannot drag this team.
I don't put limits on LeBron. I mean, again, LeBron has done things and is doing things that we haven't seen before. I mean, actually, I'm sorry, we have a little bit, right? We've seen them with Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, Tom Brady was 45 and he still was like on top of his game. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron's 37. He's still balling. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Brady, 44 years old and still.
That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I just don't count him out. I just don't count him out. We'll see.
Yeah, I think I go back to what Marcus said though. If basketball is better when the LeBron is relevant, and I mean, as a fan, I want to see LeBron. But like with that said too, when we were kind of talking about the Sixers victory or the loss last night. Excuse me.
Yeah, I just don't think that they're in a position to just, you're still building chemistry. I would have liked for you to be, Miami's the top team.
They are there.
I would like for you.
It was a big swing. I mean, it was a 2-game swing.
I understand, yeah, but I would have liked for you to, to play. Something that I spoke to Coach earlier to this morning, and I am really shocked at how I've come around to really love Jimmy Harden.
And that was Jimmy.
Jimmy, I like it.
And that was Jimmy.
I'm trying to tell you, I've come around. You know what I'm saying?
I think
but
he's
then
weird.
He did something Friday that made me like, oh, should I be? But why did he do that? Game was on the line. Need to come up with a rebound. He had people kind of fumbling for the ball. The ball's in front of him. And he didn't get on. He half-ass bent. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Okay. Half-ass bent down. And I'm like, why? Oh, maybe because he's got to be protective of himself. So let the other ones just go ahead and scramble and get the ball. But he did not. He went like this. I was like, why didn't he really just go? And I get it though, right? So because you got to protect yourself from injury and stuff like that. So that's what he was doing. But I don't know. I just don't like stuff like that.
I'm gonna give him a pass because he's been amazing. Amazing since he's gotten here.
See, I like to give passes because you've been amazing. I give a pass maybe because he's had some previous little injury stuff, and maybe that's why. But I don't give a pass because you've been amazing because that's how we did with Ben, right? Ben got a lot of passes. You know what I'm saying? He did. He got a lot of. I've been doing some research on this thing, and the problem with Ben, I didn't realize the problem with Ben was all about his ego and jealousy.
Yeah.
That's been the major problem. I didn't realize all that. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was just because he felt like they threw him under the bus. No, that's the pump fake. The real narrative is that, and I've been reading that this thing go back to when they had Jimmy Butler and he was, like a little ego thing or whatever. So So I just like I said, I like the way the team is playing. I like the fact that, especially on Friday, you know, they got down and they were able to come back and it was all good. You know what I'm saying? So I like stuff like I like how they're playing. I just really thought I really wanted to see them last night versus Miami.
Well, but that was the thing. Though. People like when it comes to the loss, and you can respond right there. LeBron, there was the LeBron conversation just going back real quick. Mm-hmm. Phil had said what you said, Marcus, that LeBron's teammates now are not as hungry as they were before. Mm-hmm. But like I said, with last night's loss, it was interesting. They talked about you don't do this as a coach, but sometimes you look at games, you say, okay, this is like a scheduled loss. And by resting hard and giving him a time, it was almost like we know going into this game, we're kind of throwing in the towel. And I know fans aren't excited about that, and fans don't want to see that. But without James Harden up, and we're not at full strength last night, the thing that worries me about it, and this is kind of the worry still as the Sixers in general, is when there's when Harden's not in, where do you get production from outside of Maxey and Embiid? I mean, they had very little production last night at all.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. First of all, they look jet lag anyway, right? So they looked out of it.
It was jet lag.
Might have been enjoying Miami a little bit.
Oh, maybe so.
So my 2 cents, real quick. I think when Harden got traded,
okay,
he went to Daryl Morey and Doc and said, "Listen, March 5th, I'm not playing, and we're gonna have a team bonding night the night before.
Okay,
and I'm gonna show everybody what Miami is really about."
Okay.
And that's what he did.
And you know what? That
scored 82 points. I mean,
it was awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
But and Tobias too, but
But Tobias, I thought, was cooking at first, though. He
was, but just, but you're right. I think that might have been what it was because they did look like they were moving kind of slow.
Yeah. Oh, they were moving slow. Maxey was slow.
They were out at the cleat.
When was the last time you said those words?
Yeah.
Maxey was slow. Right.
Like you've never
sloppy with the ball.
It was his first night out with Harden. Like he's never done it.
Yeah. They were out at the Clevelander and other places enjoying themselves.
He's never done that before.
Yeah. So Miami it keeps you in a lot of trouble.
Maxey might not be back for a couple games.
Right,
I know, but I feel like Maxey was like the freshman on your team. You're like, come on, dude, we're gonna initiate you tonight, and Embiid's in the Shirley Temples.
I like that relationship.
I do too.
Yeah, I can absolutely see Harden being like,
you can see it growing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like that relationship. I'm just hoping Joel can take that joke because they was what did Harden tweet something about look when your little brother beats you at 21.
Oh yeah.
So I like stuff like that.
But I think that's a different mentality because Joel knows like this is the guy that's going to help me get to where I want to be. And
well, I mean, but I think so to speak. I do think that Harden has something to prove. So I think that this has to work for him. You know what I mean? But I can't help when I was watching the game, and I asked Coach earlier, I was watching the game on Thursday. Wednesday and Friday.
Right.
And when I went to the game at the Garden, I couldn't help but to is he untradeable? And we talked about this a little bit before.
So,
and you gave context. That's fair. You know what I'm saying?
Is Maxey untradeable? Untradeable to me means that there's nobody in this league that I want instead of this player. So would I trade Maxey for anybody in the league? And the answer is, of course I would. However, his value or the number of people that are on that list that I'd rather have for Maxey has changed dramatically.
Yeah, okay, so that's
dramatic,
and that's what we worked.
That's
out.
a good way.
We worked that out.
That's a good way to look at it. Because if someone says to you, "Hey, give me Maxey and a couple first round, we'll give you John Moran,"
it's not a heartbeat.
No, I have to think about it.
They got to think about it now.
Right. Okay, so that's fair. So that's what I'm saying. I think Maxey's a good fit with Harden.
Yes,
and but if like you said, if Memphis was like, listen, John Morant for George Niang and Maxey,
yeah, go ahead,
let's go.
I was just gonna say,
go ahead.
I was gonna say with Maxey, do you think that Maxey outside on his own is going to develop into that kind of star player or lead player, or is he always going to be the guy who he has the skill set to be a great Robin to a Batman, or even like, you know?
I think he's displayed a little bit of both, to be honest with you. But I do think that I just think he's a great talent. I really do.
I love the way he brings the energy to the game.
Yes.
And that's something the Sixers were missing, was a young guy that was having fun.
Yes. And I'll admit, I was wrong about Jimmy Harden.
No,
I was wrong. I know. I'll be the first one to tell you, I was wrong, man. I was wrong because I didn't like him as a player. I just didn't. But on my team,
you did. Uniforms can change.
I'm like, yo.
Do you think is he playing different than he was in Houston when you really didn't like him? Is the style at which he's playing, is it different?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
But yes,
I agree.
Big time. And you saw that style a little bit last year.
Agreed. Yep.
So in fairness, even when he was in Brooklyn, I liked him better
than Houston.
Than when in Houston. Mm-hmm. I didn't like him at all in Houston.
What do you guys think of the DeAndre Jordan going to be coming to sign?
I like it.
I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Why? Because I don't. So you didn't like Willie?
No,
okay.
No, zero. I just don't think we need him for what? Say 6 to 12 minutes on, depending on the night. Mm-hmm. I don't think he can even give us that. I think he's done.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
he was starting though for LA.
It's funny, they were saying
he was playing the start here's play the first 5 minutes, then you don't play the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about though. I mean, with the Sixers, the worry still is when you have to go to but with any team though. But is
the bench
is the bench?
It's the bench and it's Korkmaz. Korkmaz is yeah. Yeah, he's horrible.
Listen, I mean, I know Doc.
Just shoot the ball.
And he's just, I was watching 1-3 last night. He's just funny. He's like, he shoots it with confidence. So, but I don't mean it. But it's because it's funny because he'll shoot. Like he was 1-3. He shot last night. He was like, I thought it was money the way he had his hands up. That thing hit front iron, ugly.
He's horrible.
Oh my goodness,
he's horrible.
It was and Niang's been nice. I don't think he's been what we were hoping he would be.
Oh, I think he has.
He's more than that.
I think he's more than that. I think he's been more than Mike Scott.
Well, Mike Scott.
Who's awful.
Oh,
and I don't understand why he's still on this team.
Danny Green.
No, I like Danny Green. Danny Green.
Hold on, Danny. You talking about Shake?
Oh my! What is going on?
Shake is so bad. Shake is so
shaky
bad
as hell, ain't he?
Like, what is happening?
They love him. They love
why?
Shake. I don't know why either.
I don't know.
I every time he gets the ball, I feel like you're selfish. You're going to shoot.
He's very selfish.
You're going to shoot it, and I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Like, I think Danny Green is a player that at some point in the playoffs you're going to need him
because he's going to hit that corner three.
Like I don't like right now. Like I'm not saying he can't be a 30-minute a game. Like he can't do that. But I think at some point, just like last year, I think if we have him on Kevin Huerter,
that's a difference.
I think it's a difference. So like just things like that, I think he helps with. So I'm fine with Danny Green, and I think he'll make shots in stretches.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand. Shake's like. I get upset whenever I see him on the court.
He's terrible.
He's so bad.
He's really bad.
Yeah, I don't really care for him.
It's going to be interesting because they were just talking too about with Drummond and how he was such an ideal backup, and you gave the Nets a center when they didn't have a center.
That was my whole thing.
And the more that they talk about it, the more I'm like, they might be right, but we'll see.
I mean, at the same time, yeah, I mean,
he's a shake ass PTSD.
You weren't going to sign Drummond, but you weren't going to be able to sign him back next year.
Really?
He's not going to be. He wants to be a starter.
Because he can still be a starter in this league. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
And Embiid has notoriously killed Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't worry about like that matchup or anything like that. Like, but I mean, yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
It does, and that's what we're saying. That's what they were saying.
I wouldn't have let that hold up the trade.
Right. And that's what we're saying. You got a guy. Drummond's playing backup to the best center in the league when he'd be starting on probably 23 of 30 teams in the league, maybe 25 of 30.
I like Jordan though. I like D.
It depends on what Jordan.
If DJ has a resurrection,
all his nicknames.
Yeah, if he has a resurrection
Jimmy
like
and DJ and
like Blake Griffin had. then we'd be okay,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's the thing. What version of DJ do you get?
Well, I think they'll get like the he can do the alley-ooping and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
All you gotta do really is just protect the rim a little
That's it.
bit and rebound the ball. That's all
it.
you gotta do.
That's it.
That's it. You don't have to score. You don't have to do any of that. Just
Right. And he never was like a scorer anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. I like it. I think that I still think that they needed somebody else. Like, who I always think about when the Sixers, like, who's the evaluator of talent? Alec Burks.
He was nice.
No, he was okay, but he grew into something pretty decent. And we had him coming off the bench. That would be okay.
yeah, for sure. He's getting paid right now, though.
Is he getting paid?
Yeah, didn't he get a $50 million deal?
He got some
Oh,
money.
he got paid.
Yeah, he got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
No, I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have paid him. So you have some people out there, a coworker of mine, teacher, I saw he put a post out there on Nick Stauskas. And I liked Nick Stauskas.
He dropped some
coming out of Minsk, Michigan.
Right.
But then when he came on the team, I'm like, oh, he's trash.
What was his nickname?
Nicky, no.
Oh, he had like some. It was weird.
Well, didn't he just get signed again after putting up like back-to-back 50-point nights?
No, he signed. Yeah, he's with
Yeah.
Is he with Miami or is he?
No, he just put. I guess it was the G League or whatnot that
He
he
was
went up.
with Grand Rapids or something
Yeah.
like that.
Right. No, he might be with the Celtics though.
Celtics bringing on Stauskas.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, and because he was
Sauce Castillo.
Sauce
Sauce
Castillo. Right.
because he
Saucy
did,
Sauce
He went off.
Castillo, right.
and then Isaiah Thomas went off. He got signed.
You got signed?
Didn't he get
Yeah.
signed?
He's in Charlotte, maybe.
Yeah.
10-day though.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I
Poor
don't know.
Willie though. Willie Cauley Stein looked Cauley Stein. He looked horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked out of shape. He looked he looked horrible.
He really.
I never liked him out of college anyway. Though.
I just think he never did. I never took care of. I don't think he ever took care of himself like the way
That's
he needed
fine,
to.
yeah, maybe so.
Like you were saying, because I feel like he always had that issue where he was never reached his potential. I mean, the thing is, we always talk about this bench, but come playoff time, the only guys you're really going to see off this bench is you're going to see you'll see DJ, you'll see Niang, and then
You're gonna see Shake,
I
maybe.
agree.
and you're gonna see Danny Green too.
I agree.
Well, the starting five is obviously going to be Embiid,
And
Harden.
and you need to see Millsap. I would give Millsap some time. Millsap's not terrible.
The problem with Doc is you're gonna have a point where there's 5 bench guys on the court.
Right. And that's
And there's no he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna keep 2 of those guys." He's not gonna do it.
Even if he was to let Tobias run with this,
I agree.
you know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that.
Somebody said, I was listening to something, and they said, if money were not a thing, if status didn't matter, Tobias would be better coming off the bench.
He would.
With this unit, with this team right now.
Right.
He would obviously finish games like with the starters, but
Right.
come off the bench. So now he's that guy on the second team.
Right.
And I think he would, like I said, if that money that he had didn't make him out to be, hey, I'm a star,
Right.
he would embrace that role, being like, I'm the leader of this second unit.
Right.
And it would, I think that's exactly what it would be. But you can't with the money factor. People still talk about moving him this offseason. I think it's going to be very tough to move Tobias Harris.
I don't want to move him. I mean, listen, the reason why I just think he has to get better. Just get better. Like, to me, playing with Jimmy Harden.
He's got to get more aggressive.
I've never heard Jimmy before ever.
Yeah, I never. But,
No.
I didn't know
Listen.
DeAndre Jordan was DJ.
Listen,
So,
it's not that Tobias, he has a weakness in his game. He can't really get his own shot. That's that he needs screens, or he needs, you know what I'm saying? He got to run off stuff or go quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's too much dribbling, and you already know, like, this.
oh, yeah,
So,
it's not going to be
his
good.
catch and shoot, the jump shot don't really be. He's just in a funk. But we're gonna need him if we're trying to make a title push. We need Tobias.
Oh, we do. You need a consistent
Secondary,
16 to 18 points a night.
Yeah.
And he's got to be, I'm saying aggressive. I need to see him more on the boards too. Like I need him getting in there using, because he does have size over a lot of the guys that he plays.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him grab, if he can give you that 16 to 18 and 6 to 8 boards, that's what you need out of him every night.
Yeah.
17 and 7. Those are the nice numbers, and I'll take it.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to, we talk about summer work, like Matisse. Matisse is a hell of a defender, but he has no J.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he's got to get his offensive game.
Right, but yeah, because if he could develop his offensive game, then there you go.
He's tough,
and it's we still got a lot. I mean, it's going to be. At this point in the season, we're jockeying for position. You want the team to kind of develop their personality, but I kind of already am looking ahead. All right,
as far as
let's run out the rest of the season. Let's we're going to end up in that top 3 spot and ready for the playoffs.
I'm ready too. I mean, the playoffs is here pretty much.
That's what I mean.
A couple of more weeks, it's a wrap.
Right, and that's the only reason I know last night people were hyped about it. But like you said, Harden let him in and told him, listen, me and my boy Max, you're going out tonight. Joel, you can have some Shirley Temples.
I just don't. I don't like stuff like that though. I don't like it. I just don't. You know what? Mike wasn't that way. Mike, he played every game I'm playing.
No, Mike. Mike was like that, but
I just don't think that you take advantage of stuff.
I know you said you read about all this stuff. It's funny when, and this just goes back to when we were watching the Bulls, and they had Rodman. And he would come to him and be like, I need some time off. I need some time off. And he would go and they give him 3 days or whatever. Right. And then he would just come back.
But Mike, even, to Mike's credit, Mike was like, yo, all right, well, I'm still good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Mike. That's why I said between the battle between Mike and LeBron is not really a battle, because Mike was unstoppable. LeBron can be contained.
See, I still think, and this is my opinion, this is a whole nother topic though, I still think it's the Kobe. I still think I would put Kobe over LeBron.
You just made a lot of people happy with that statement, Randy.
I'm not sure if I do that. I'm not sure.
I mean, but it's nothing against one or the other. It's just like you were saying about that killer mentality. I look at Kobe, and Kobe is the killer. I don't look at LeBron as a killer.
It's not even like a killer, man. I mean, part of his mentality, I'm just saying factual. Okay. Michael was unstoppable.
Hands down.
There's nothing you can do. Nothing. LeBron and Kobe, they could be contained. Kobe could be contained.
No, I agree. And, I always say, people say I'm a LeBron hater because Mike, whatever. But I think Mike, it's not even close that Michael Jordan is the best basketball player to ever play the game. I don't even think it's close.
Period.
Now, when you go through the numbers and you start talking about stats, I'll say LeBron, when he's all done, will have had the best career ever.
Sure.
I'll say that. But if I'm taking a play, if you're saying, all right, here, we got to go play a game,
come on, Mike.
Come on. It's not even.
I mean, you're good.
Even,
yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's because of what? Unstoppable.
Yeah, Mike, you never went into, last night, right? You said the Lakers aren't going to win this game. And LeBron played amazing and they won.
Right.
You never went into a game like Mike's not going to win this game.
Right.
You always said, damn.
They'll find a way.
Now.
When Mike's teams lost, you were like, what just happened?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you also knew, it's going to be the next team's in trouble.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
What did you think about, and I wanted to mention, LeBron had said, because they had that one incident with the fans. And he was talking about, I'd rather play, I would play in a soundproof building, where the
fans. Emotional. I mean,
and that's what I mean. I think that was right. And I think that all, and I agree. I think that all came out of the fact that they're having a tough season and whatnot,
Well, I mean, but they're emotional. LeBron, LeBron is, he's not from, even though he'll talk about, back in the day in that era, I played in the era with XYZ. So it's different. The era that he's in right now is different than the era that he first came into.
Yes.
But even that era was emotionally soft. Go back to Doc and Bird and Magic Johnson and all that. You got fans saying, "Oh, LeBron, you suck, you ain't shit," blah blah blah. It's different when you like Isaiah Thomas or Magic Johnson or Julius Erving, and you going to Boston, and they calling you, "Oh yeah, you black, blah blah blah, you black, this, that." Play under them fucking conditions and then come holler at me.
Oh yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? Like you're too emotional.
And fans there is a responsibility as a fan to know your limit.
Oh, you got to come out to some. You got to come to some different games and different.
I'm just saying. But as a fan, I think you need to know your limit.
And I'm shocked too because you're a Camden guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you ever been to a Camden basketball game?
Yeah. They know no limits.
There's no limits.
But I know it doesn't mean.
And those are high school kids.
Listen, it doesn't mean that I don't think that there should be a limit and know your limit. But
shit, come on, let's play. As a player, you should live for them type of moments.
It's funny because my son, had a good season. So, people started to know who he is a little bit. So when we're going to games, he's getting heckled, and that kind of thing. And he came up to me after one game. He goes, "Dad, I had to tell some old guy, like, yo, you're here to watch me play."
Yeah.
Like, so he's starting to get into it and like,
that is awesome. Like, I love that. I do love that. I mean, it's
that's what I'm saying.
I think all that. Look,
embrace it.
I guess you're right.
Embrace it. Like if somebody's heckling you, you know what I'm saying? And if
you're LeBron, no, you do. You can't say that. Like you said, you're on that stage.
I mean, LeBron's a little different. I mean, I don't know what he said. What did he say? The guy.
No,
said?
basically, the guy. I don't know the exact words of what the guy said to him, but it was a personal shot at him.
Here's what I think. I think in the professional ranks, you can say whatever you want about an individual. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, do you talk about his family? No. I think that stuff should just be.
That's overboard.
Yeah. That's where I'm saying is you can say it to LeBron himself, but you don't say nothing about it.
Right.
That's where
I'm saying, LeBron, you're this, you're that, you team this, you're that. Yeah. Even personally, you're XYZ.
Right. That's why you garbage. Yo, this and that. Yo, LeBron. Yo, come on, man. Yo, what you trying to run it back like your hairline? You can get all that out there.
It was fun. There was one clip I watched. It was him. It was some female fan was like, "You a bitch ass."
I remember that.
And he turned around like what? He was caught off guard by that one.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, that's okay. Like, to me, that's okay. It's when you start getting below the belt. Like, the most low below the belt thing was not even between a fan. Because the fucking players say worse things than the fans. The worst thing I think a player in my time has said was to Carmelo. Carmelo was enraged when Kevin Garnett said that Lala reminded him of Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh, my goodness. All you got to do is go back and watch the YouTube. Carmelo was enraged. You thought it was going to go down right there. He said, listen, I'm going to see you after the game. And he saw him after the game like, nah, there's certain things you just don't say to another man about another man's wife, blah, blah. Like, he was enraged.
I didn't know that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Google it. Oh, he said honey. He said Lala. He said Lala tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Terrible.
But like I say, they don't go between it. So
between the lines is too much. Like Barkley back in the day, he spit on a little girl in Jersey.
Oh,
at the Meadowlands.
Yeah,
like, that's terrible. Like, doing stuff like that, But just because somebody got some shit talking or whatever, and then what was the dude? We was in Philly or something, and that was Melo, right? He got into it with some. Like, it gets corny now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who's even getting softer? The referees. They can't take the pressure because some of these fans be giving it to these refs. They be giving it to them.
Yep.
They give it to them.
No, yeah, and even the players. Like, now you're seeing guys getting teed up like for no reason.
Yes.
And they're just getting in. They're just like they're arguing calls, but all of a sudden it's like they're getting teed up for, like you said.
I shout out to all the refs out there though. You know what I'm saying? Because they go through something. Shout out to all the good refs, and we got some good refs. But there are some refs out there that you need to be a damn shame. Yeah. You know what I mean? You from it's like in Cameron's game. This one ref, he kept saying, "Oh, good defense, Mount Laurel, good defense, Mount." I'm like, damn, is he from Mount Laurel?
Well,
because every call you calling is in favor of Mount Laurel.
You can see the code. You can see that all the time.
It almost like they're planted.
And also, you can see when refs are there for the right reason.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like, like they love they love the game. They love or they're not just there to collect their check and keep it moving.
Right. Now there's just one ref, and I guess, and it might be. We live in a very sensitive world, so I can't even make the comment. I can't even make the comment. It's just put like this. I see some refs out there that I'm like, damn, you're the ref?
God, yeah.
And I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
You're the ref?
Well, you didn't seem to mind if James likes to be called Jimmy.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't like to be called Jimmy. You might have to ask him.
Well, that's my name for it. You know what I'm saying? But
listen, I know you wanted also to bring up a little about Julius Randle. What was that comment? You wanted to talk about Julius Randle today.
I feel bad. I feel bad for my Knicks fans. I definitely feel bad for my boy Josh. Shout out to my boy Donnie. He does a Knicks podcast. And I didn't know he was a season ticket holder because he was at the game. I don't really make it to the Garden often. Matter of fact, the Madison Square Garden is beautiful.
I have to get that. I've never been.
Oh my God. I can't even lie to you. And this is not even just because I'm a New Yorker. But I enjoyed myself at that game probably more than I enjoyed myself at any Sixers game. And just because of the comfortability of where I sat. I sat up top, around the whole bowl. They got a bridge to take you over to the other side. And then all around the other bowl, the whole bowl, it's like bar stools. You go get a drink and you sit your ass down and it's like you watching a show at a bar stool. And you're not getting a beer. You're drinking Johnny Black, you're drinking Goose, you're drinking... They might have had some fucking Hennessy up in there. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking. And just watching the game, comfortable, eating some popcorn. It was the comfortability. When I sit up top in the Wells Fargo, I promise you, I feel like I'm about to fall over.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely. When you were saying I got to make it out to Madison Square Garden.
Listen. We didn't even sit down seats. Our seats were horrible. They were horrible where we sat. You know what I'm saying? But we said, I should just sit at the bar. I was like, I like this seat better. And it's made like a level up. Mm-hmm. You're right there with the numbers in the rafters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're right there. But it's a good seat. It's decent. Mm-hmm. And it was, it was Madison Square Garden. That's all I know.
Madison Square. Like I said, I gotta.
Oh, but back to my comments. See, I drift, man. So you gotta put your sneakers on. Julius Randle sucks.
He cashed in.
And every New York fan should feel horrible. And I've been saying it from day one. I'd have never signed him for that money. And I know you guys said, well, you had to sign him. You had to. You didn't have to. Because now, you know what? Listen, he's horrible. He's horrible. To get ejected, lose that game in Phoenix when you had a chance to beat Phoenix, but you lost because you got ejected. You had 26 points in the third quarter. You and RJ was cooking. And y'all were right there. And then you know what? You had an IQ quickly. And for you to get ejected over nonsense to a young boy. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's a young boy. Randall, what you, 30?
Yeah, I think so.
Cameron Johnson is what, 21?
21, 22.
He's a young boy. Yeah. And from what my son tell me, he's never seen Cameron Johnson play that way. I don't know. I didn't know who Cameron Johnson is until that night, to be honest with you. I'm like, yo, this kid's pretty good. But I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you put your team at risk like that? It's just a sad. I feel sad for my friends that are New York Knicks fans. It's just sad. It's just really sad.
But that's another reason why I think the Suns are so good, because they really do have such depth on their roster. And a lot of us going to see, how Chris Paul comes back from his injury.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because they have so much depth, that it's going to make them very challenging to beat.
Well, they were playing the Knicks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But
I've never watched it.
But I mean, they won 50 games, right? So they're pretty decent.
They are. It all depends on how, like I said, Chris Paul can come back from his injury.
They're pretty
Because I think, without Chris Paul, I don't think they can do it. With Chris Paul, I think they can do it.
No, I mean, they didn't do it last year. They can't do it.
Okay, but I mean, they can get back there and do it this year.
No, they're not doing it.
Okay, well.
It'll be somebody from the East.
I hope it's his team from Philadelphia.
I don't know. I like our chances.
I've been saying it, and I don't, even as constructed right now, don't see the Sixers making the finals. I just don't.
You see Eastern Conference Finals.
I see an Eastern Conference. It all depends. I think the Sixers, if they run into a wrong matchup, could even get knocked out in the semifinals.
Again.
Sixers could have Brooklyn in the first round.
Wow. How? Oh, because
Brooklyn's 8 right now.
Right now.
I'm just saying, depending on the matchup. I mean, I just think that there's a lot of tough matchups in the East that and if the Sixers were to get knocked out in the second round, oh man. But Doc,
It depends on who you lose to.
right?
Could Matisse control Kyrie? I'm gonna say yes.
Couldn't. No. Nobody.
I was going to say when Kyrie is going, Kyrie
He can make it tougher on him, but Kyrie's going to get.
Kyrie's
He's going to do him right. I'll just say tougher. I think that's the right language.
He'll make him a little less efficient than he is.
Okay,
which is important.
Right.
You're not stopping those guys.
No, but you just
got to make it tough for them. You got to have them.
Yeah.
Their
that's my thought. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's also me trying to curb my expectations so that I'm not disappointed. But listen, now with that said, we've had a very good show. Covered a lot. So let's try to get into our final thoughts. I know Coach, you got the tryouts later this afternoon. So that'll be big for the baseline hoops.
Yeah.
I just kind of will jump on it. Just in general, like I said, I'm excited about this. Just seeing more of Jimmy Harden, and I'm excited to see DJ come along. It's fun. Of course, obviously with baseball season, seeing getting that underway, and I'm still interested to see what happens with Major League Baseball if they find come to an agreement or not. But. That's on the back burner right now.
Yeah, so. I'm not even. They're putting it out there with the basketball stuff or whatever. I'm not even paying attention to baseball. I'm not ready for baseball yet.
That's the thing. Nobody is. So unless you're a true baseball guy. So it's like, all right, you guys figure it out now while you're still in the backdrop. Yeah. So and also, once again, shout out. We had Coach Jones on the show a couple weeks ago. They're playing again today in the Patriot League semifinals against Navy.
Who's this? Boston?
Boston, yeah.
Is it on TV?
It should be. It should be on. It should be on. The CBS Sports, one of those. I'll have it on.
Okay.
And shout out to them. It's going to be tough. I know Navy beat them twice this year, but it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. So, we shall see.
What's up with what game is on today? Is there any games on today?
There's a bunch of NBA games on.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, the Knicks play tonight, I think.
Knicks play the Clippers
at 10, right?
That Celtics is on at 1.
Oh.
Suns Bucks.
Oh, that's good games. Okay, we got some good games on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Suns Bucks can be a good one.
Yeah. And listen, shout out. Even though I'm not sure what you was doing, carrying all that stuff, but definitely want Brittany Griner to get home safe, right?
For sure.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but not sure why you carrying all that bud like that. I don't know. Not sure what that's about, but I'll keep my comments to myself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you just say everyone's going through battles we don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a battle. I just think it was more.
Just trying to take a page from,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But hey, listen, just want her to be home safe.
The The student was trying to become the teacher there. I guess
got you.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Marcus? What's your final thoughts?
No, not a whole lot going on. Good basketball games today. Good NCAA winding down, getting ready for the tournament. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Ben Simmons. I hope his back is healed by March 11th.
Yeah,
because I know it's not going to be healed by March 10th. I know that, but I'm sure something will happen on March 11th that he'll be good to go.
I think so. It'll be ramped up.
So yeah, but other than that, man, back to the regular grind.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is something else, man. I've just been doing some research on him, man. He's something else, man.
That you really hit the nail on the head. He's something else.
He is. He's something else.
Jay, you got any other final thoughts?
Listen, high school basketball. Is this the final week? Because after the sectional final, there's no tournament of champions, right? That's it.
No, this is the last year of the tournament champions.
Oh, this is the last year of it.
Because next weekend is at Rutgers, right?
So you'll have the sectional finals. Most of them are either today, Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. Then you'll have the whatever. I don't even know what that next game's called. Central Jersey versus South Jersey. Then you'd have the state finals.
Yeah, the state final.
And then you'll have the tournament of champions.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen, man, just a bunch of good wishes, man, for, we got our appointment on Tuesday with Rothman. So hopefully, no surgery, no nothing.
Absolutely.
And, he's always try to find silver linings. I can tell you like this, at the end of the day, any concern that you want to have, you don't want no concern with any injury. But if you're going to have a concern, this is like the ideal time to have it. If you look at it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because at least you can do what you need to do, recover, and then be
ready for the season. You
know what I'm saying? So, but we don't want no concerns. So hopefully everything, is good. And shout out to, I've talked with some people. There's some people that watch this show, man, and we don't even know they watch this show.
There's for sure. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to all those. Yep. I normally make posts on my stuff when I'm posting stuff. I'll say to my secret readers. So, I need to start doing like to my secret watchers, you know what I'm saying?
No, there is. Yeah,
man. And that's a good thing though.
For sure.
That's a good thing. So, it lets us know that we're doing something good. Shout out to you guys. I like where we're at, man. Like, we're just looking at, kind of how we're growing and stuff like that. I just like how where we're at with it. So shout out to, all those watches. Are we up to 1,000 yet? Followers?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Then we need like 160 more.
Okay. All right. Shout out to AAA. He shared it for us to, get these, these things.
It's a numbers game. So,
yes.
But we got, like I said, and it's I know today we kind of went back to the freestyle conversation, which I actually enjoyed. That was what
I missed it.
That's what we started doing in the beginning.
Yeah,
but we got a bunch of guys lined up that are ready. Like people are eager to jump on the show.
Yeah,
so
that's a good thing.
Because like I said, and talking like other coaches, there's some basketball coaches, some baseball coaches that are excited about it, and it's just because everyone enjoys this whole platform because most people listen to podcasts or sports talk. So I'm very excited where direction we're going.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
All right. Well, listen, with that said, for Jason Bryce, for Coach Marcus Bullock, I'm Randy Duncan. Thanks for watching. Let's Get It. Once again, guys, give us all the support out there, trying to reach the numbers. Help like and follow our show on Facebook, on Instagram. We're also getting a little bigger now on Twitter at Let's Get It Podcast. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll catch you next time.